connected in college. He was having this show on perspectives, and so I got to be on it, and we just always have just been creative friends. This man is a master when it comes to YouTube monetization, going after your dreams, and just really following his gut, but also he's just a really good friend. We're always amping each other up, talking about things like, I'm so grateful to have this man in my life, period. And I want to pass the mic to you, Nuriel, so you can tell everybody about the icon you are. That's a period.
Well, Jewel, I just want to say thank you for asking me to be on here. It's been such a journey since we met in college, like you said. But yeah, a little bit about me. I just love, to put it in simple terms, in just one sentence, I absolutely just love YouTube. So
we'd love to hear it. We'd love to. I'm so excited for us to learn more.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Period.
Period.
So, like you said, you love YouTube, okay? So I'm so excited for us. We're gonna talk specifically about how your consistency has really allowed you to achieve success. But before we dive in, we are going to, drum roll please. My favorite segment, we're gonna go into the goblet of smiles. You ready?
I think so. I don't know what it is, but I'm ready.
So in this segment, you're gonna pick a question that's gonna make you smile, and we're gonna have a fun conversation.
I'm already smiling.
I mean, that's good. I'm glad. As you should. Okay, get ready. Woo! All right.
If I don't like it, can I put it back?
No.
Oh, okay.
I hope you like it. It's supposed to be goblet smiles. Just mix it up real quick. Just mix it up. Okay. Okay.
We gotta pick a new one. Okay.
What's the question?
Should I read it?
Yes.
Okay. Who's your favorite anti-hero?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, so can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes.
What do you mean by anti-hero?
I think
Like
it's
fiction, Marvel Comics?
honestly in any universe.
Okay.
Someone that I define as an anti-hero is someone that thinks they're doing the good thing, but they're doing it in a way that's just not favorable. So they're like they're not the villain, but they're like they're a hero in their own eyes. Okay. But because they're not doing it in the way people think, that's why they can be perceived as an anti-hero.
Okay. So the first person, or I guess character that came to mind, and I don't agree with, is Thanos.
Okay.
Ooh, because he's like, I need to live the life of universes or whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta cut it in half because of overpopulation. Obviously, that's not the solution, but
you can
he thinks in his own mind
he's saving the world.
He's saving the universe, but it's obviously wrong. Don't kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. Okay, honestly, with Thanos, I can see where it's like, okay, like he really wants to make sure the world lasts. Like, would you rather have an overpopulated world that's extinct in like 20 years, or would you like to keep it long? But I don't like how he killed some of my favorite characters, so I will never like Thanos. That's a period. For me, my favorite anti-hero. See, the tricky thing is sometimes I don't even think that like, okay, the questions I ask you, I gotta answer this myself. So I'm like, okay, Killmonger.
Oh, yeah.
Killmonger.
That's a good one.
That's a good one because,
that is a good one.
Like, I understood. There's like the historical stuff. I think for me specifically, I understood he wanted Wakanda to be accessible to everyone, right? He wanted, and when I say everyone, like he didn't just want like Wakanda people to see it. He wanted to have like other Black people around the world to see it.
He wanted to help everyone.
Help everyone, basically.
Well, not everyone, but
but he wanted to expand it to the rest of the diaspora.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't like the way he did it, but I understood why he did what he did, and that's why even like at the end, I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like if you're watching this and you haven't seen Black Panther,
it's been like 10 years.
Exactly, like when he dies. Like there's a reason why he was held the way he was by the late Chadwick Boseman. Like they're brothers in the end of the day. So my favorite anti-hero would be Killmonger because I understand why he did what he did.
That's a really great one. I love that.
Yeah, period. Okay. How you feeling? You smiling?
I love that goblet of smiles.
It's period.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna say fire, but I love it. I love it. That was great.
Isn't it
a nice little icebreaker too?
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, I love it.
So, anyways, this whole episode is about consistency to achieve success. So, kind of walk me through. So, when we first met, you were creating content And now fast forward to today, you're able to have that as like your main career, but also you have a side career where you're working with an agency, and then you also drive YouTube channels and are able to monetize and build community, which is a ton of things. How did you get from where we met to today?
Yeah, that is a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I even know.
Look.
But I'm going to start somewhere and see
period.
where this goes.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
So, in college, I was on YouTube. I grew up watching YouTube, just prank channels, just YouTube in general, basketball videos.
Mm-hmm.
And in college, I was just really inspired. I watched the film by Sam Colder.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Sam Colder. I don't know if he's still making videos, but...
Which film?
He had a bunch of travel videos.
Okay,
but he was kind of like the first pioneer in like making travel videos like cool.
Okay.
And so I stumbled upon his My Year 2017, 18, or 19.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he just recapped the year. And again, it's kind of like normal now. You just see that everywhere.
Yeah.
But he was like one of the first people to actually do it.
Okay.
And so I got really inspired because I'm like, dang, this 20-something year old is like traveling the world, makes it look really cool.
Yeah.
Looks really fun.
That's like the dream.
No worry in the world. But obviously there might be some worry. But at least in the video, there wasn't. And I just got really inspired by it.
Oh.
And so ever since I watched that video, I was just like, I need to learn video editing. I want to do something with video. And so long story short, I just decided, okay, I'm going to watch YouTube tutorials on how to edit. I watched that countless hours in college.
Nice.
And I started to pick up a cheap DSLR camera from Black Friday.
Nice.
On a discount. Just started experimenting, and I'm sure the first couple videos that I shot were just really bad.
That's okay. Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, it's gotta start somewhere. The editing might have been bad, but basically I kind of did learn how to edit, how to shoot on DSLR. Lighting came a little bit later, sound obviously, and I just kept on learning because I was so passionate about this. And then also, again, I was just really motivated by Sam Colder. Next thing you know, and also I want to preface this, I was a stats major.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I want to know, like, what you did in college, 'cause I even forget, too. Like, so you were a stats? Okay, interesting.
I was stats, and I was trying to get into engineering. I'm going on a side tangent.
No, it's okay. No, we love all this because, trust me, there are parallels. Go ahead, keep going.
I think I was I think I was like general studies going to University of Illinois.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to get into engineering, but I think I took like a physics 1 or physics 2 class. Absolutely hated it. And I was like, okay, what other STEM major, something in the science as a backup, where it's like good money.
I was gonna say, like, why STEM? Was it like pressure, like?
Yeah, a little bit of pressure from my parents, but you know, everyone's saying like, you know, go in a STEM field for the money.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll just do. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I know that I'm good at math. Always been good naturally at math, so I picked stats because stats is like all math, but no science.
Look.
And then next thing you know, I stumbled upon that video, and then ever since then, again, learning, watching YouTube tutorials, joining video clubs, and just following my, that sounds so cheesy in general, but following my passion and just seeing what opportunities come with that. And for example, an opportunity that came is, again, I would join these video clubs, learn, and then next thing you know, an exec position on this club would open up, and I'm like, you know what, why not? I know there was 1 year in college I was just like a yes man, so I started applying a bunch of stuff. Next thing you know, I get an exec position, and then I'm leading a group in college and teaching kids how to video edit, at least the basics. I'm not crazy with editing.
Stop. He's really good with editing. Okay, whatever. Check out this guy. Keep going.
And then next thing you know, another side tangent, I got an internship for like data analytics sophomore year. It was good. It was good paying. It was like in the suburbs of Chicago.
Nice.
Standard 9-to-5 office job, wear a tie every day. It was boring. Had a cubicle.
Okay, so it was like the movie.
But it was just like eh.
Yeah.
And then again that year, found my passion of just video in general. And then junior year, I got a internship at HubSpot for a video intern, and I essentially there for the summer edited BuzzFeed type of short videos on Facebook.
Okay.
And then again, it just kind of snowballed, and then eventually, post graduation, I went out to LA, did a video gig, went to Indiana, did a video gig, and then now I'm at HubSpot again. I returned to HubSpot and helping with their YouTube ecosystem there.
So after college, because you already had like that internship at HubSpot, you've been a part of like a ton of organizations as well, to just continue to build that video editing and taping and all that experience. How did you like strategically like find the funds to finance yourself after college when you were like picking up these gigs here and there all the way up until like, okay, I have like a steady income? What was like that gap for you like?
Could you clarify, like, what do you mean, finance?
Finance, as in
Like, just like how I'm living?
yeah, how are you living? Like, basically, were your gigs paying you enough to live, basically?
Yeah, just enough. So when
Wow.
I moved out to LA, long story short, I think it was January of 2019. So in a few months that May, I was about to graduate. I had nothing lined up.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I need to have something lined up. I
Right.
don't want to just go back home.
Yeah.
And so I DM'd a guy, shout out Dan Cox,
Okay, period.
on Instagram, because someone, I think Rishi, reposted D-Rock, who is Gary V's videographer.
Nice.
And I followed D-Rock, and D-Rock reposted Dan's story, basically saying, in search of a videographer, a video editor, blah, 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 blah. And again, this was January.
Okay.
I think he needed it now, but I DM'd him.
Okay.
And long story short, a couple months went by, we agreed I'll come out there, and then I think he was paying me, I think around like $1,000 to $1,500 a month.
Okay. Okay.
And that was in LA. So
I was gonna say,
barely
that's tight.
scraping by. And the good thing about videography, or just video in general, is like after the upfront costs, like you don't really need to keep paying yourself. Like the
Yeah.
video editing software, at least I use Final Cut,
Mhm.
one-time purchase. DSLR obviously is a one-time purchase.
Mhm.
Editing, you just learn from online.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Wow. I love how you were just like ready to go for it, where it's like, when I see an opportunity, I'm gonna DM. Like, is there any are there any moments where you're like afraid to take that leap?
No, I was like never
Okay.
afraid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it was just like, again, that I was really inspired by that film
Yeah.
and just his lifestyle. And
Yeah.
also I thought to myself too that like I'm young, I can take this risk.
Yes.
And then also on top of that too, I always had the back of my mind that just do what you love, figure out a way, just keep learning,
Mhm.
and the money will come.
Period.
And so like I remember in LA, I had like $1,000 to my name. Like I'm not even joking. People say that as like say stuff like that as an exaggeration, but I really had $1,000 to my name in my bank account across everything,
Wow.
across everything. And again, I was getting paid $1,000 to $1,500 a month.
How are you
And
not
most of that-
stressed? Like,
I mean, I am privileged in a way where like I knew too that like the worst case scenario is I just go back home and just live with my parents.
yeah, I mean,
And
true.
so I'm very privileged that way.
Yeah.
And I'm able to do that, but that was also like I can always do that. And then also since I graduated with a stats degree, I'm like I can just get. And I had an internship under my belt.
Yeah.
Even though it was sophomore year, I could somehow figure my way to go to that field if I wanted to.
Got you. So there, I mean, we're parallel in that sense, where it's like you have like that strategy where I want that STEM background. That was me with comms and CS. Like, I wanted that tech background, but you know, we out here creating content, you know what I'm saying? But I always had that as a steady thing. I mean, that's what I still do now, so I totally get that. But honestly, like, it's super cool how you're like, I'm just gonna keep going for it, going for it, going for it. So now take me into today, okay? Because I know we have a lot of talks about content and strategy around the content, how you're building community, how do you monetize, how do you make sure you keep people engaged, how do you make sure you're building the right team? Kind of walk me through like what you're doing now and like the thought process behind it.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And I will say that my strategy and execution has gotten a lot better just in the past year.
Wow.
Even in the past couple of months, I've been really doubling down on that. But before, I didn't really have any strategy. I didn't really have any execution. I kind of just did things, created it, and just put it out there without any intention behind it. So I had no strategy.
Which is wild because it seemed like you did. You were
I
just
guess
trying
so.
things.
But also, too, it was like, by me doing all this stuff before, it opened up other opportunities, but I never really executed it to the degree that I am currently.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah. And so, for example, what's a good segue to this? So I was into video, and that's a very general topic.
Yeah.
Long story short, I found that I just love YouTube as a platform, and so I'm like, okay, video, niche it down to YouTube, video, social media, and then even niche it down further to YouTube. And so I studied the YouTube algorithm, what works, the thumbnails, the titling, learning how to format videos, how to design what makes a good thumbnail, what makes a good actual video, and then most importantly, behind a video is if the idea is good. And so that goes through my mind, and the first thing I think about is just the video idea.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can package it in the best way possible, a thumbnail, have the best title, but if the idea is like bad, then it's just not going to perform.
Exactly, I was going to watch it.
Yeah, and so all those things, all those factors, didn't really go through my mind before. I was like thinking to myself like, hey, this seems like a good idea. I didn't even search for it. Did someone even make this video before? You don't want to make a duplicate video. If there is an existing video, how can you put your own twist on it?
Yeah.
So all these things go through my mind because I personally want to give out the best videos for my audience, for my viewers. And I don't have a lot of followers on my channels, but that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, period. So why did you land on, right now content-wise, I know it's NBA and then Jackson, your Aussiedoodle. Like, how did you land on like, hey, this is the type of content I want to make?
Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, video, social media, niche it down to YouTube, it's best to pick a niche.
Yeah.
So on YouTube, I'm like, okay, what can I make videos about? I can make videos about making videos, which maybe I might do in the future.
Yeah.
But I was like,
love
okay,
tutorials.
I got a dog during the pandemic. His name's Jackson. He's 3 now.
Aww.
And I was like, you know what? Let me just document my journey owning an Aussiedoodle and just my tips, everything that I've learned. I'm not an expert in Aussiedoodle, just again, based on my experience. And I started that during the pandemic. I have around 3,000 subscribers and then on YouTube, and then with that, like 10.5K members on Facebook.
Okay, so that's big when it comes to community.
Yeah.
What kind of inspired you to be like, hey, I want to build a community around this? Or what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I am just big, and this could even be a separate topic too. I'm just big on inclusivity, and it goes with community. Yeah. And I think with more people around a certain subject, a certain whatever similar interest, like the better it is for everyone. Yeah. You learn from each other. Period. I can learn from them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then eventually monetize, but we don't talk about that.
Well, that's I wanted to know about the monetization. Yeah. Well, I will say before we even get into monetizing, it's so interesting to see like how you think. What does your community look like? Your own personal community? Like who's supporting you? Or what does that look like?
Real life.
Yeah, real life.
You're supporting me.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm blessed to be part of your community.
What does my community look like? That's a great question.
I'm glad I'm included.
Yeah, it's definitely obviously family. My partner Katie.
Shout out
Katie. And then just like my friend group. Yeah. Really just kind of like learning from them. Honestly, I draw a lot of inspiration and motivation from like what my friends are doing. So if they're doing something great, or not even if they achieved anything, but they're just on this journey and grinding, like that is so inspirational for me. Yeah. And motivational. Like I'm just like, dang, Jewel's getting up to, I think you did a run this morning.
Yeah. Look, I'm here. I'm a morning person.
I woke up at like 9. I'm like replying to her text that she sent at like 7 a.m. But yeah, just like when people are, again, not necessarily have achieved anything. I'm not saying you don't. Yeah. You haven't because you achieved a lot. Yeah. But if they are just on this journey and they have a goal or a dream and they're actually pursuing it, that is very inspirational to me, and I draw a lot from that. And it helps me pursue my own thing. Period. But also for me personally, it's just fun. I enjoy the journey. Right, so like I talk about, like, I have 3,000, I have 10.5K. I think the NBA channel, like again, I've just been really executing it the past couple months, really just past month. I'm coming up at 600 subscribers, but like just kind of enjoying the journey because I know I'll get there eventually. But just enjoying it right now. It's just fun. It's just fun working towards something. Yeah.
Well, you know, talk about enjoying the journey. A big part of that is discipline, and that's part of like the focus is like how discipline really helps you achieve success. What does that mean to you, and what does discipline look like in your own life?
That's a great question. Yeah. Discipline to me is meeting deadlines. So I set myself for at least, for example, the NBA channel. I've been fully executing it past month, and with that is a content schedule. So making sure that every Saturday or Sunday. Testing out the days right now.
Period.
Same.
No, for real, because that's what we talk about.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you like kind of measure and like plan things out so then you can like create consistent content. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So like, right now, once a week, Saturday or Sunday, I'm publishing an NBA video. And again, for me, it's just important to me to keep that schedule and to post consistently week to week. Because if I stop, I mean, I know it'll be okay to stop, but like I don't want to.
Yeah.
And also for me too, I don't know how it's gotten to be. Maybe I've just experienced like a lot of things, and I don't care about going out at nighttime. But like at the end of the day, I love working. I love working towards that. So it's like
I feel that.
I was telling you the other day. I was like Mexico, or a few days ago. I was in Mexico.
Yeah.
Right.
And you were still able to talk about shots.
Yeah,
I was like, how?
But also too, I was editing. I was editing, but like writing the scripts for my YouTube channel.
You were writing scripts for your YouTube
because
channel.
Like I find that fun. I find that fun.
Yeah, I feel that.
I find that fun. So,
I feel that.
Yeah, just really consistency on a schedule is I guess, discipline for me.
Because you love what you do and you're able to always just work and you love to work. Because I share that with you. How do you navigate that and try to like avoid burnout? Like, how do you watch your energy?
That's a great question.
Yeah, because you're very energetic. I mean, that's why we feed off each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, period. Shout out to energy.
Shout out Red Bull.
Yeah, look, that's my heart going. Okay, y'all. I only have this much Red Bull. Go ahead. Woo.
What was the question again?
Yeah, I was trying to remember. No, basically, like, you know, the fact that you love what you do. So, like, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah,
break.
break.
Yeah, how do you make sure you, like, take breaks?
I don't think I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I know,
Yikes.
like, every...
You need to.
Once in a while I do, but it's... I think I just go till I burn out. Well, like, I don't burn out a lot.
Okay.
I don't burn out a lot. If I'm tired, then I'm not going to force it. Because I know that if I'm tired, I'm not going to put out my best work. So if I do feel tired, then I'll delay to when I'm not tired. Next day, take a nap. But I think that's just I think that's my answer to that, is balance. Is just resting when I feel tired.
Okay, so you like listen to your body at least.
Yeah, listen to your body.
Okay, cool. I was starting to get worried, but like, and it's not obviously. I'm a hypocrite to be like, oh, you need to rest because you're talking to the girl that's burnt out like on rough heat. So
yeah, I will say though, if again, deadlines are very important to me.
Yeah.
If I'm tired and I have to meet the deadline, then obviously I'll work towards it.
Okay.
But if it's just like if I'm ahead of schedule and I'm tired, then it's not gonna hurt if I just wait a day or two.
Okay.
And I'll gravitate towards it back again just because I'm a workaholic.
What advice do you have for other creators or anyone that's watching this? It's like, yo, I want to create content and I want to make it. I want to do it for a living. Like, what advice do you have for them?
That's a great question. I think if you want to make a living off of this, and I'm still trying to get there, is just do what you love. Figure out what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, just think about growing up, what were you interested in? For example, I have an NBA channel. I love watching basketball. I love the NBA. So I started an NBA channel. And then from there, you can start executing and figuring out what type of content that you want to make within your niche.
Period.
Yeah. And then again, don't worry about the money. The money will come. But just follow it and I'm looking out. Follow your passion and just make sure to improve every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't put out content just to put out content. Just improve every single time and really fall in love with the process of just making videos or making content.
So do what you love.
Yes.
The money will come.
The money will come. Figure out what you love.
Period. Okay.
Simple.
So,
Yeah.
you'll figure it out. We're here to support you. That's on period. Okay. So, the name of the show is Every Day is a Yay. So how do you make every day a yay?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. Routine.
Okay.
I think it's routine for me. Waking up and planning everything, organization, spending time with friends, keeping in touch. Can be very easily to just lose touch with friends post-graduation. So just making sure you're catching up with a lot of people. Doing what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And then having a dog helps a lot too.
Your dog's real cute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all need to check it out. Jackson. What's the YouTube channel?
Jackson, the mini Aussiedoodle, or Jackson Aussiedoodle. If you just search Aussiedoodle, I'll show up.
Okay, period. That's how you know top of the search engine. Period. Well, I'm so glad you were on the show. Period. Woo! How can we support you?
Support me by following Jewel at
Every Day is a Yay.
Every Day is a Yay.
Show. Yeah.
Every Day is a Show. If you are into basketball, NBA, subscribe to NuHoops on YouTube. NuHoops. If you have an Aussiedoodle or are thinking about getting an Aussiedoodle, subscribe to Jackson the Aussiedoodle on YouTube. And the Facebook group is in the description of every video on there. Very, very great community.
Woo! Yes! Okay, you know, like every day is glowing, is shining because we're living our lives. So thank you for being on the episode of Every Day is a Yay! Woo!
Thank you for having me.